One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. Jacksonville State Athletic Director Greg Seitz joins me on One Question. And Greg, let's start with your background, which is a little bit maybe abnormal for some athletic directors around the nation, whereas you've been at the same institution for a long stretch, over 2 decades. Interestingly enough, you were the interim AD 3 different times, albeit one time was for a pretty short amount of time, prior to becoming the permanent AD, again, after 20-plus years at Jacksonville State. Do you recall there being moments of being the interim AD that shaped your understanding of what it would be like to permanently be in the chair?
Yeah, honestly, the last time when I was interim athletic director for roughly 18 months, and the reason that it went on so long, Matt, was we were going through a presidential change. Our president had announced that he's going to retire at the beginning of the academic year for the next summer. Well, in December, the current athletic director at the time announced his retirement. And so when I met with our former president, he thought it'd be, he wanted to be fair to the new president and allow him to hire the next athletic director. So, so we were 6 months out, and then we got a new president in. So it took him some time. So, my road to becoming the athletic director was, it is a little different than what was in the past, but during probably the 6 months when I was the interim under our former president, I realized that I think I want to go after this job, and because there's certainly no doubt I could do it.
And how about, Greg, specific moments in those stints that provided you with that clarity that, hey, you know what, I can be an AD. This is the place clearly I want to be. I've been here for a long time, and I have the chops to do it. Can you recall specific situations or instances that maybe led you down that path?
I think probably the specific situation or instance that's referring to, and it's probably just the relationships that I have with our coaches here at Jacksonville State. We have a great set of coaches here, and just with my interaction with the coaches through that interim period, because they were behind me 100% and said, "Hey, Greg, we've worked with some other folks, but there's no doubt you're a great leader, and you do a great job of leading this program." And we had a lot of success when I was the interim as well. Our football team made it all the way to the national championship game. So I think just the support that I knew I had from our coaches and our other administrators on staff, to me was probably the biggest turning point for me.
Here's a question I've been curious to ask some athletic directors. How long has your administrative assistant been in place? How many years?
So that's very interesting. So my administrative assistant has been here for about 6 years for us, but my senior associate athletic director has been here. Greg Bonds has been here at Jacksonville State almost as long as I have, and actually he started really a year before me. He was on the coaching side before he got over in the administrative side. So my senior associate and I have a fantastic and great working relationship as well. We both, we think alike. We know we both have the same vision for the athletic department and where we want to take it. So he's really my right-hand guy, and it's just been a great relationship.
How many presidents since you arrived in '93?
We went through 4 presidents. That time.
It seems unique to have an athletic director and his number 2, if you will, both be at an institution for such a long stretch. And I can only imagine the mental Rolodex you both have about when something needs to get done, who within the community and or on the campus side can help get those things done.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You said it best, that just for being here so long, I call it internal memory. We have so much internal memory here that if I need to, if we need to get something done, and honestly, there's probably not a lot of things that we haven't seen in the past through our, 25 plus years of being on our campus as well.
Which begs the question, Greg, this internal memory that you two have, how do you apply it upon others when you do have to onboard somebody from the outside?
So basically we just, as we're communicating with them and stuff, we're able to show examples of, if somebody comes in, say it's even a coach that comes in and says, hey, why don't we try and and let's try this way. And we say, you know what, we actually did that back in the mid '90s, and it worked really well, and I think we can continue to build on that. Or we can go the other way and say, you know what, we tried that in the past and it hasn't worked, and here's an example of why it didn't work and why we don't think it'd be successful here at Jacksonville. So just having the longevity of being here at Jack State so long, I think it's certainly a huge benefit for me.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.